Hi, Tilley here. I am making an apricot glazed pork tenderloin tonight. It's bacon wrapped, but don't let that fool you. It's just a little bit of bacon, and you can even pull it off if you want to. But it really keeps the pork very tender and gives it some good flavor while it's cooking. So what we're going to do is we're going to take about 2 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning. Now, there's a spicy one and a not so spicy one, and I like both. So I'm using about half and half, but if you don't like heat, just use the regular one. And then to that, I'm gonna add about 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So we're gonna take that and stir it together. And then to our pork tenderloin, and you know how in the packages, the pork tenderloins come 2 to a pack? So this makes enough for 2. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use half of it, and I'll make the other one once we are off the air, okay? So I'm gonna take about half this mixture, and I'm just gonna rub it in to the pork tenderloin. So you get it all nice and covered. And then we're gonna roll it over and do the other side. So lots of good flavor, which is exactly what you want. Now, to this, we're going to take the bacon and we're just gonna wrap it up. So get it to where the bacon won't fall apart when you put it in your skillet. We're gonna put this in a hot skillet. I put a little tiny bit of oil in there just because I don't want it to stick. But we want to brown the bacon on all sides. So that is your next job here, is once you get the bacon done, you're going to put it in a hot skillet and let it brown. So let's stick it over here. This is an oven-proof skillet. And the reason you want to do that is you're going to brown it, and then you're going to put it in the oven and let it finish off for about 15 minutes. The flavor is going to be amazing. Now, while we're letting that brown, let's take about a half cup of the apricot jam. You can use any that you like. I love the more fruit, but you can use any that you would like. I think I'll just make enough for this one pork tenderloin, and then I'll get more later. And then to that, you're going to add some stone ground Dijon mustard. It makes a wonderful, wonderful combination in this dish. What you're going to do is you'll bake it without this, and then when it's, you're going to glaze it, put it back in for a couple of minutes just to let it get the flavor and let the apricot sear just a little bit. And so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to flip the pork tenderloin with the bacon, and we're going to see how it browns really evenly on every side. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but I want you to see how beautiful it looks as it's cooking. So can you see the brown that we've done on the bacon? And then we're going to flip it again, turn it on its side, and make sure that all the bacon gets nice and browned. So we've got our apricot glaze ready. And once that begins to come off, we'll take it out of the oven, put the glaze on, put it in the oven again in a couple of minutes, let it brown and sear and caramelize the apricot jam. So I will be back with you in 1 second, and we're going to finish this off in the oven, and then I'll show you how to do the glaze. Hi, I'm back with the pork tenderloin. You can see that we've put it in the oven about 400 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. You kind of have to watch it. It's already cooked some in the skillet when you were browning it. So make sure that you can take its temperature, and it should be about 140, 145 degrees. What we're going to do now is take this apricot jam, Dijon mustard, get the grainy kind, mixture, and we're going to just brush it on the pork. And it'll make this wonderful glaze. You just won't believe the great flavor that this has. So get it nice and covered up. Remember, we're going to stick it back in the oven for a couple of minutes and just let that caramelize on top. When we pull it out, we're going to put it onto a sheet where it can cool, and we're gonna tint it with foil, give it about 5 minutes to rest. So I think you're going to love this. It's festive, it's beautiful, and the flavor is amazing. So happy holidays, pork tenderloin with apricot glaze. For this and other recipes like it, be sure to go to my Instagram, Health by Jan, and also to my website, healthbyjan.com. I love spending time with you. I hope you're enjoying the recipes, and I'll see you soon.